Hey guys, welcome back. So they say life is good when you had to redo your top 5 anticipated movies of 2020. Yep. A certain trailer for a movie came out, not a suit reveal, as that happened as of recording, came out yesterday. But now I had to redo this top 5 most anticipated movies of 2020. Well into 2020, only 2 months in. So yeah, I'm just gonna skim through this real fast, and then I'll talk about news and stuff that happened. So yeah, now I put on my top 5. First, let's get the honorable mentions out of the way. We got The Invisible Man, Bill and Ted Face the Music, Top Gun Maverick, Godzilla vs. Kong, or King Kong vs. Godzilla, whatever you're gonna call it. And the 2 Pixar movies, Onward and Soul. And then to the top 5. So here we go. Number 5, the Marvel Studios Phase 4 movies, Black Widow and The Eternals. I'm gonna cheat there, so yeah. I'm just gonna cheat there, so this is their first movies after the conclusion of the Infinity Saga, which ended with Spider-Man Far From Home and not Avengers Infinite Endgame. Damn it. So yeah. And finally, Black Widow got her own solo movie. It has a stellar cast, including Florence Pugh, which she recently was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her role in Little Women. It also stars David Harbour as Red Guardian, the Russian's counterpart to Captain America, and I'm excited for its release. And yeah, so yeah. Number 4, Tenet, the new movie from Christopher Nolan. I don't know how am I gonna explain this. I'll probably put trailers for the movies down below. Not all the trailers for the movies are on the anticipated film list are there, but there's only like 2. But I'll update them once those trailers came out. But so yeah, it stars John David Washington, who's the son of Denzel Washington. Great actor. And I feel like he's gonna be as big. I feel like John David Washington is gonna be as big as his father. And it's also the comeback of Robert Pattinson in a high budget blockbuster, probably since Twilight. And I'm excited for what he has in store. And yeah, Christopher Nolan, you got me. You had me at hello. So yeah. Number 4, Tenet. Number 3. This is the reason why I had to change it. The French Dispatch. The new Wes Anderson movie, which has a stellar cast. It's about a weekly paper similar to like the New Yorker, And this film is probably has now, if you are familiar with Wes Anderson's movies, you've seen movies like The Grand Budapest Hotel and Moonrise Kingdom and The Royal Tenenbaums. Even some kids might know Wes Anderson movies, especially Fantastic Mr. Fox and Isle of Dogs. I don't know if they're even for kids, but if you make an animated movie already, you might accidentally bring along kids there. But some of you might watch the trailer and think this is like the Grand Budapest Hotel, and I'm like, it's Wes Anderson. What else do you expect? So yeah, this film, judging by the trailer, is the most Wes Anderson movie that Wes Anderson ever made. Most Wes Anderson he can ever get. And I love it. This, and plus, one of the biggest reasons I'm excited for this movie, this probably has the biggest cast out of every Wes Anderson movie. Seriously, you got like Bill Murray, Owen Wilson, Jeffrey Wright, Timothy Chalamet, Frances McDormand, Tilda Swinton, Saoirse Ronan, Willem Dafoe, Ed Norton, Christoph Waltz, Liev Schreiber. Seriously, the list goes on. Seriously, that's a pretty impressive cast, if I do say so myself. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. So since the Disney buyout purchase and the renaming of 20th Century Fox and Fox Searchlight as 20th Century Pictures and Searchlight Pictures, you might notice that at the start of the trailer, you're going to notice for the first time, Searchlight Pictures. No Fox at sight. Some of you are going to be like, curse you, Disney. I'm like, I don't care. So yeah, the French Dispatch from Wes Anderson. I'm excited. And number 2, Halloween Kills. Now, like I said, this is one of the trailers that hasn't even come. One of the movies where its trailer hasn't even come out yet, as well as the Eternals. Oh, I just realized I didn't bring up the Eternals. I still gonna keep that old other video up. So if you want to hear my thoughts about the Eternals, and just go to that video. But anyway, or maybe someday once the trailer come out, I'll do the reaction. So yeah. Halloween Kills, it's the sequel to the 2018 Halloween movie, which I'm about to tell you a really long story. Not really, I'm just going to sum this up. So, I haven't even watched a horror movie in a theater, and I really wanted to, since I love horror. And I wanted 2018's Halloween to be the first horror movie I get to see in the theater. But then my parents decided, no, not they decided, they literally would not let me go see it. Not because it's a R-rated, but because I have a bad grade in a class. Yep. That has literally killed my chance to see this movie. But now there's 2 sequels. I'm like, yay. It's still gonna happen. And it looks like this is probably gonna be the best yet. Since not only the characters from the 2018 Halloween film return, Jamie Lee Curtis will return, and probably the characters from the others, like Andy Matichak's gonna return, Judy Greer's gonna return, that kid that one of Laurie's step-granddaughter's friends babysat. You know, the kid was clipping his toenails. You know, he was like the funniest kid in this movie. And yeah, he's gonna come back. And surprise, A lot of characters from the original movie. A few characters from the original movie is going to come back. We got Sheriff Brackett's coming back. The nurse from the first film and second film is coming back. I mean, since Halloween H2O doesn't exist, she still lives. Wait, since also Halloween 2 doesn't exist, Ben Tramer's still alive. Yay, justice for Ben Tramer. But also, the two kids that Laurie babysat, Tommy Doyle and Lizzie Wallace, are going to return for the sequel. Almost those characters are going to be played by the original actor, except for one, which is Tommy Doyle. He's now going to be played by Anthony Michael Hall. If you grew up in the 1980s, you've seen him in a couple John Hughes movies like National Lampoon's Vacation, 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, and Weird Science. And yeah. Also, Dan McBride, David Gordon Green are returning for this project. Thank God. Thank God. Because I heard reports that they're hiring a different writer. I was like, don't. Please don't. Thankfully, they're returning for those two sequels, and I think, thank God. Yeah. Halloween Kills. And now, number one, you already know the drill. Ghostbusters Afterlife. Yep. It has been almost like 30 years since Ghostbusters 2 came out. And we've been begging 30 years for a Ghostbusters 3. And then Sony decided, we're going to give you an all-female reboot instead. And I was like, no, not a remake. Because if Hollywood decides to remake a movie, there is no chance of making a sequel ever. Well, that's not mostly true, like Halloween. So yeah, I really don't like to bring up the 2016 Halloween remake. Okay, for any of you who are going to be super offended by my comments, I do not like the movie because of women. I would have been okay if it's a sequel to if the third film features an all-female Ghostbusters, I wouldn't mind. But a remake, I wasn't sure. I don't want remakes. Especially of my favorite movies, I don't want. And yeah. You already know the 2016 one film flopped. And you thought the Ghostbusters, yep, last nail in the coffin. No more Ghostbusters movies. I was like, this is my hopes are gone. My hopes and dreams are gone. But then, as the light come out of the tunnel, or Ghost Trap, or Jason Reitman, the son of the director of the first two Ghostbusters, Ivan Reitman, announced that he will be directing a sequel to the first two movies entitled Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Thank God. Thank God. So yeah, the film is going to star Finn Wolfhard and McKenna Grace. That's her name. Yeah. They're playing what I believe will be the grandchildren of Egon Spengler, who was played by the late Harold Ramis. May your soul rest in peace. So yeah, when Harold Ramis passed away, all hope hope is gone for a Ghostbusters 3 with the original cast together busting ghosts one last time. But now it seems that this movie will now finish the trilogy. Unless the film was really successful and they decided to make sequels. So this film decided to step away from the big city of New York and into a small town, which is pretty different and a unique take on this, which got me really intrigued and makes me more want to see this really bad. Yeah, like literally the 3 of these movies are coming out in July, which is the month of my birthday. Basically the best birthday present I ever gotten. So yeah, that's it. That's my updated top 5 most anticipated movies of all time. And I just realized that I've left out some other honorable mentions since those trailers came out, which are New Mutants, Morbius, maybe. I put in Morbius as a maybe. I'm not that hype. Maybe Venom 2, since Andy Serkis is behind it. In the director's chair. I wasn't that all excited about Birds of Prey. It just didn't connect. It didn't capture my attention. And that kind of seemed to backfire in the box office. And yeah, that's it. My updated top 5 most anticipated movies of all time. And yeah. Oh yeah, some movie news. And yeah. The Oscars were a few days ago, as of recording this, like last Sunday. And I was happy that Joaquin Phoenix took home the Oscar for Best Actor. He's been long overdue for a Best Actor, and I'm so happy that he did. And this is also history, since he's now the second actor to win an Oscar for playing the same comic book character, with Heath Ledger also playing the Joker in The Dark Knight, later winning Best Supporting Actor for that role. And let's not forget the big talk of the Oscars, Parasite winning Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay, Best Director, Best International Feature Film. And when I made my Oscar predictions, which I, by the way, I have a Twitter account. Please go follow my Twitter. Link is down below. And when I made my predictions, I made a prediction that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood would win Best Picture. I'm not rooting for Joker to win Best Picture. I feel like not by a long shot. But I was more rooting for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And instead, Parasite won, and I'm not that upset about it. Last year, I was rooting for Roma to win Best Picture, but that lost to Green Book. Yeah, years later, I was like really happy about it. Because I want more movies that's not in the English language, more foreign movies to get chances of winning more of these bigger awards other than Best International Feature. Especially like Best Original Screenplay, Best Director, and even Best Picture. So yeah. Also, other news. Yes, since like a year ago, I made a video about the upcoming Batman movie by Matt Reeves. Well, guess what? Matt Reeves released our first look at at Robert Pattinson as Batman, and I'm so happy. I love the suit. It's giving me Arkham vibes, which I love. I posted like screenshots some nice looking black and white, high resolution screenshots from the footage that Matt Reeves posted. And literally my Twitter's been blowing up. I believe while I was recording this, our notifications popped up that someone liked my video. So I'm recording this on my phone. So yeah, anyways, just go to my Twitter down below. Link is in the description. Please go follow. I talk about movies, and if you want to hear me more talk about movies, then you can follow my Twitter, which is right down below. So yeah, anyway, that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below what's your top 5 or what's your number 1 most anticipated movie. Since most of these probably already come out. So anyway, I will see you on the other side.